That's 12 96900 693 is the number. 96900 693. Just looking at front pages of papers. Thank you, Phil Brady, Paperboy, for bringing them in. Yes, Simon?
Have you mentioned Tintin?
Oh, Tintin. I know. My daughter loved Tintin. See, Tintin's after my time, Simon.
Oh,
Simon,
really?
please come. Don't be off mic. I always find it irritating when people do that. They used to do that with Hal Todd at 3XY many years ago. He'd talk to the announcers from off mic. How are you, Simon?
I'm well. Yourself? Hello.
I'm fine, yeah.
Hello, Simon.
Yeah, Tintin was your big one, was it?
I read Tintin when I was in primary school. I loved it. Captain Haddock was fabulous.
Captain Haddock, that's right.
A drunken old fool as he was. And Tintin was, I think, a journalist from memory. Yeah. And there were the two bumbling cops, the Thompson twins, who got around in those bowler hats.
Oh, was that probably where the pop group's name came from?
Probably. That really...
Actually, that rang a bell, that one, yes.
Yeah, the Thompson twins.
Yes.
The dog was Snowy. And, of course, they were French. Written by...
Yeah, that's right.
Written by Hergé. Was it Hergé?
Yeah, Hergé. That's right, Hergé.
Or did he do Asterix?
Oh, no, because my daughter used to read that too, so now I'm confused. But you love Tintin.
Asterix was, now I'll have the pronunciation completely incorrect, but as a kid I remember trying to read it, and of course it wasn't English. Asterix was written by Go Skinny and Underzo, or something like that.
Go Skinny doesn't...
Go Skinny, I don't know.
But I like Go Skinny.
Yeah. Go Skinny.
So,
yes.
Simon, in your area, because you're younger than both of us, was comics still really big?
They were huge.
Yeah.
At school, the kids read them?
I was born in 71, yes, and I was actually looking today, when I saw that same article as you, and I was looking today on eBay to see if there were any of the old Donald Duck Beagle Boys comics, the Uncle Scrooge.
With their little masks.
Diving into that money pit.
Oh, I love with the tractors pushing the money around.
That's it, yes. I was looking on eBay. They sell for about $10 each. They were originally 30 cents.
But they're people like us that are buying them.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had two cousins who collected mountains and mountains of things, and comics was among their collections. And so I used to go to their house and just pull out off the shelf a fistful of comics. I would spend the day just reading these comics.
I'd be the same. I remember having comic afternoons with a kid I used to know, James. Hello, James, if you're listening. He'd bring over his, I'd bring over mine, and we'd just swap and read each other's comics.
Swapping was a big thing. We did swaps
huge.
too as kids.
I heard Andrew say before, Mark, that he's not a Mickey Mouse fan. That's why it took me so long to barge in on the conversation. I had to calm down.
You love Mickey, didn't you?
I love
Mickey was
Mouse. Too nice.
Too puncy for me. He was just... I like Donald.
Yes, you're Donald Duck. You're Donald Duck through and through. The angry young thing.
See, I wasn't
with the speech impediment.
I wasn't a fan of any of the Disney cartoons. I found them puncy, all of them. Yeah. I don't know.
No. Donald used to get angry.
Donald was a big angry.
And Uncle Scrooge was a mingy old swine. I rather liked him, but a lot of the Disney were a bit too sweet.
Yeah. Do you remember Daisy Duck's daughters? Do you remember their name?
Oh, no.
Their names? You know?
No.
April, May, and June.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I used to remember.
And the thing that was never explained. Uncle Scrooge was Donald Duck's uncle. Huey, Dewey, and Louie were Donald Duck's nephews.
That's right. They weren't his children, no.
Where are all the wives in the list?
Yeah, well, that's true, too.
Well, with Donald's temperament, you got to understand they've left some time back.
Yes,
and Donald never wore anything below. He just had the little top on.
See, I like Mickey Mouse because he wore pants. You like Donald Duck, that's your own problem.
And just talking about, not cartoons as such, but Humphrey Bear annoyed me as a child, too, because he never wore any pants either.
Yes, that's true.
And never spoke.
Yeah, Fat Cat wore pants at least.
Yeah, Fat Cat spoke.
I think that's no, I don't think so. I think they were both silent.
Fred Bear spoke.
No, Fred Bear was before my time.
Yeah, Fred Bear spoke.
That's right, on Channel O.
I was devastated as a child when Patsy Biscoe left Humphrey Bear to join forces with Fat Cat.
That was almost as bad as Ron Barassi leaving Melbourne to go to Carlton in 1964. There was a lot of angst about that.
For a non-football follower, that's a very good equivalent for me. Yes,
yeah, I know. It cut deep with you, especially it was happened before you were born. Simon, you have a young family. You have 4 children. Do any of them read comics?
I've got Ethan now reading Asterix. He loves Asterix.
Okay.
Oh, and I tell you what, I got... I think Phil might have got it for me for Christmas. I'm a big fan of a comic strip called Calvin and Hobbes. Have you heard?
No, not known to me.
No.
It's a fabulous strip. Calvin's this little kid, tiny kid, but with a really big attitude, drives his parents insane, and he's got a stuffed toy tiger. But when Calvin and his stuffed toy tiger Hobbs, when they're alone, Hobbs is a full-grown living tiger.
Oh.
So they go off and have adventures and things, go bobsledding and ice skating and throwing snowballs at the neighbour and stuff. And as soon as an adult comes into the scene, you see Calvin standing there with this stuffed toy.
That's a great concept.
Oh, it's a fabulous. It's just a fabulous cartoon, and there's such wonderful adult themes in it as well.
Are there?
Yes, and so I love Calvin and Hobbes. Phil very kindly got me for I think it was Phil, and I think it was Christmas. He got me the complete Calvin and Hobbes 4 volumes of the strip, and it's every single strip that was ever done of Calvin and Hobbes. So on a Friday and Saturday night when I'm at home with my kids, I put my son into bed and I lie on his bed with him, and together we read Calvin and Hobbes cartoons.
How nice.
Obviously he enjoys it.
Yeah.
So
he enjoys a cartoon.
Yeah.
He loves the comics.
Do your kids use the PlayStation and Z boxes or whatever?
We've got a Wii. So my son plays on that a fair bit.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's he play? Golf, tennis, what?
Well, yeah, anything. We both play Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we enjoy that. But yeah, we've got Wii Fit and all those things as well.
See, those sort of things sort of replace comics in a sense, because we didn't have those when we were kids, so we had the comics.
Yeah.
The young ones these days have got the Z-Box or PlayStations or whatever, and that's kind of their comics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
their version.
It's their
era.
Their excitement in a drawn and animated life.
Yes.
That's true, isn't it? No, thank you, Simon, for coming in and telling us about it. Yes, and you just before you go, do you remember Baba? I think it's still going. The
Baba
elephant.
the elephant. Yes,
it was around. Did you follow it? Was it your era or?
I never really liked him much. I found him a bit boring.
Yeah, I sort of did too. But daughter loved him. Yeah, loved him and Tintin. Yeah, went for because I think Baba was a French creation too.
Yes,
she went for the French stuff.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Simon. Simon Owens,
pleasure.
Man of many talents, and one of them is comic connoisseur.
Very
We've
good.
just discovered.